Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, thank you for joining us again. Rise up, rise up. It's an exciting time to be a Falcons fan or to be an NFL fan in general because we are only hashtag, I will get it in just a second for you, JB 3 days to go, Des. Are
Well,
you as excited as I am?
yeah, I mean, this is a time when anything can happen. All your hopes and dreams are literally riding on the waves,
Mm-hmm.
and
Mm-hmm.
you can have that dream of Super Bowl win. You can have that nightmare of effectively going 1-16, but
Mm-hmm.
it's I will say that I'm ready to be disappointed again. I'm ready to be destroyed again by this team. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
As I say, I know we both have a bit of a penchant for the wrestling as well. So I seen this meme and I thought it was particularly good. So I thought I'll share this right now as well. Um, having a great oh, hold on, I'll pull the tag off. Having a great Sunday morning, the Atlanta Falcons.
Absolutely,
that is
absolutely.
that is absolutely what it's like. Um, but as I say, as diehard fans, that's what we're here for. We love it. So, as I say, episode 20 now as well. So, but our first milestone.
It's
Didn't even see it coming.
flew past, mate. Flew past. And effectively every single show we done wasn't on game day because obviously in
Mhm.
a couple of hours we've got the Eagles against the Cowboys. I'm pretty sure I know who you're rooting for in that one.
To be honest, I hate Philly, so I'm that's one of the few teams that I would say I'm rooting for Dallas. So
Yeah,
that might be a surprise, but yeah, I hope the Cowboys punch them in the mouth. Um, but without Micah Parsons, that's going to be hard to do.
yeah,
Um, but there you go. It's always good to kick off with the Super Bowl champions, so I will be catching the highlights of that probably tomorrow lunchtime. Um, but it should be a decent game. It
yeah,
should be a good game.
yeah. 20 past 1 it starts in our time. So I mean, I've got a business to run, so that's not going to be. I can maybe do it once or twice or a few times with the Atlanta Falcons, but
Mhm.
for every game, it's impossible. Absolutely impossible. So
I'm sorry, Miss Christie. I do want the Cowpies to win this one game. Yeah. Generally speaking, I hate their guts. But in terms of playing Philly, I do hate Philly slightly more. Especially given the fact that they're the ones whose crown we want. But rise up
absolutely,
as always, Sister Bird. It's great to see you in the chat, Christy. So let's get into some of this news then, Des. So first off, um, shout out to the guys that are going to be leading the charge. So the Atlanta Falcons have announced their squad of captains for the 2025 season. That's comprised of 3 guys on offense, 2 on defense, and 1 on special teams. So they are in order. Michael Penix Jr., Jake Matthews, and Chris Lindstrom, Jesse Bates III, Caden Ellis, and Bradley Pinion. So that's your captains for 2025. And as I say, it's for the most part, it's guys that you would expect, but a couple of first-time captains. Not one a first-time captain as a Falcon and one a first-time captain all around, but generally speaking, a great bunch of guys. Wouldn't you agree, Des?
absolutely. I think the only surprise probably was Bradley Pinion, but when you see how potential that Koo might not actually make it out the season as
Mm-hmm.
the kicker, then obviously he makes sense. I honestly thought. I mean, I know obviously Kadero Hodge is more on the offense, but I mean he still does special teams. So I thought he would have been a great captain for the
Yeah.
special teams. But Bradley Pinion is fine.
He's a very consistent punter. I'll give him his due, and he is a bit of a leader on that line. He's not afraid to deliver a hit either. So he's got the vibe we want. So I mean, I can understand why he was chosen. But yeah, our congratulations to all 6 captains. As I say, I hope you lead a very successful charge this season, and we're here for it.
And obviously, I mean, Penix is obviously going to be the first time captain. So, again, you expect your quarterback to be one of the captains because everything goes through him. So again, that makes sense. Jake Matthews and Chris Lindstrom, yeah, again, that you wouldn't expect any other than that. And then obviously Jesse Bates and Caden Ellis. I mean, if you're picking 2 of the defense, possibly maybe you could have looked at maybe Onyemata with the edge,
Okay, yeah.
and put him in. Probably if Grady was still here, that would have been a definite that he would have been one of the captains. But again,
yeah, I would agree with that.
Jesse Bates, he's in the secondary, and Caden Ellis is a linebacker. He's at the front, so it makes sense. What I would say as well is you've seen a lot of these videos of these guys during the preseason talking to the younger players and coaxing them and discussing things with them. So you've seen it with Caden Ellis, you've seen it with Jesse Bates. Michael Penix, I don't think, as he said, he's not so much. He's more a leader of action, so he effectively leads by what he does. And again, Jake Matthews and Chris Lindstrom, again, they've got a lot of. I mean, they're probably the bastions the O line. So
100%. And it all boils down, all 6 men boil down to one statement that you quoted to me from Michael Penix Jr. himself. We will work in silence. We'll let our play do the talking. And I feel like that's the group of captains that exemplify that. And a shout out to the First Lady, Maggie T, in the house. So if you want to send your flowers, that's where to send them.
Absolutely, yeah.
We're just here so we don't get fined. But no, as I say, a great bunch of captains going into the season. But yeah, and as I say, we've got some injury news as we always do. Can never be a Falcon season without someone getting hurt. But for the most part, the injury news is looking pretty good. So first off, let's start with the first rounder. So Jalen Walker, you'll be glad to know, is likely to play per head coach Morris. So you will get to see those nice double ones again. How you feel about that, as I say, after Julio's career and whether or not it should have been retired. Yeah, that's maybe a conversation we can have on another show. And we're prepared because it may get quite heated. We know how some of the Julio fans get. So, but yeah, as I say, Jalen's fit and ready to go. Or pretty much there. So, how are you feeling about that, Des? Ready to unleash the beast?
Yeah. Well, let's discuss what you've just said. This, I think, from my point of view, you should never retire a jersey until we win a Super Bowl. Simple as that. You know, I mean, we've had legends that have played for this club, absolute legends, but not one of them has tasted the success that we want, which is a Super Bowl. You know what I mean? I'll tell you that now, if Michael Penix Jr. takes us to a Super Bowl win, then retire the number 9, absolutely.
Okay.
You know what I mean? But from the way I look at it is, listen, Julio Jones was an absolute beast. I mean, a monster. I mean, what he done, some of the plays he done was out of this world. And again, if anybody can find me a better catch than the one he done in the Super Bowl, then please, you can message me at hashtag Scottish Falcon on X. But I think it'll be silent because it's the best catch I've ever seen.
It's got to be up there, definitely. And Christy agrees too. If you want to retire a number, then you're talking Super Bowl. And keep the red and blacks coming. Shout out to Tony in the chat as well. Shout out to Miss Sonia as well. Always showing love. And who was that as well? Smooth C as well. He had a good question. What did we think of the MPGA press conference? It sounds like he's locked in. Yeah, we were just quoting him there. as I say, I caught clips of it. I think Des, you watched the full thing, but as I say, the vibe is he's ready to go. He's chomping at the bit, as we would say in Scotland. He's excited and he's raring to just lead this offense now. I feel like he's had his little taste last season and now he's good to go. So how do you feel having watched the presser?
Yeah, I mean, you look back at Desmond Ridder coming out and saying that he wasn't leaving Atlanta until he'd won a Super Bowl, but we all knew. I mean, he was a third round pick. That was delusional.
Yeah.
But Michael Penix has just got this aura about him. I mean, honestly, I'm sorry, but you're not looking at some of the, like Caleb Williams. You're not looking at Caleb Williams in a press conference and thinking this boy. I mean, he's got that. He's when you talk about somebody's got it, but you don't understand and you don't know why. It's just literally they're oozing that aura, they're oozing that confidence. Now, if that's what he's like in the locker room, and then you see things with the fight and the everything, when I think we all know it, I think somebody shouted Michael Penis at him when they were doing the scrimmage with Tennessee. And he then just went for the guy. It wasn't taking any nonsense. It was. I mean, he's got that aura, and the thing that I will say is that this preseason and the preseasons we've had with the 5,000 people a day at training camp, I keep on saying, listen, we love Jesse Bates III, but they weren't here to watch Jesse Bates III. They were all here to watch Michael Penix Jr. And this guy, he's got it. And if anything comes from this season, it's that he is what we hope he is. You know what I mean?
And this was one thing that I would say can be a drawback if you use it too much. It can be seen as ego, but if you're a franchise quarterback and you have charisma, I think that's a whole different thing. I mean, you look at the Patrick Mahomeses and you look at the Joe Burrows of the world. There's definitely something to be said for a guy who is the shit and knows he's the shit. So if somebody's going to come in here and act like that, I'm like, okay. Now, if you can back that up as well, then I'll be very happy. But I mean, I'm loving the talk.
The best way to put it is there's champions are built different, right? So I'll give you an example. We'll go off the football for a second, but if you look at Formula One, Lewis Hamilton. Okay, now when I talk to anybody about Lewis Hamilton and ask whether he's a loser or a winner, 99.9% of people tell me that he's a winner because he's won 7 or 8 world championships.
Yeah, I think it's 8.
Yeah. So but if you look at his career, he's lost more of the races than he's won the races. So effectively, he's lost more than he's won, but he's got that aura, he's got that confidence, just like what Michael Penix has got. They've got that confidence that they know that if there is a loss, they know that they've got enough there. They're confident enough in their ability that they're going to bounce back to the next one. That's what the Patrick Mahomes have got. Listen, if you look back at the year before when Kansas City won the Super Bowl, Patrick Mahomes wasn't playing he wasn't playing great. He wasn't playing MVP play, but he was playing enough, and he had the confidence enough that when he was going through his bad spells, that he'd done enough to get over the line. That's what we see in Michael Penix Jr. As I said, you've got Matt Ryan there, you've got Mike Vick, you know what I mean? They're all surrounding him. You know what I mean? You're hearing Michael Penix saying in the press conference that effectively he's now doing his day-to-day how he does his routine day to day based on a conversation he had with Matt Ryan. You know what I mean? So effectively, you're getting the ability from Michael Penix Jr., and then you've got all these. I mean, they are legends, Michael Vick and Matt Ryan, who are literally looking at this boy and thinking, "Do you know what? He's going to do what we never done. He's going to win the big one." And as I said, they weren't doing this for Taylor Heineke, and they weren't doing this for Desmond Ridder. They weren't doing it for Kirk Cousins. You know what I mean? So, but when you watch the press conference, and even the mainstream media are catching up on it, he's just got this confidence that no matter what happens in a game, you know he's going to bounce back. And that's what a quarterback needs. A quarterback needs to have an interception and literally on to the next play. Next one. And he's got that in spades.
Yeah, and that's something we're going to need to see. Shout out Mad Mike, how you doing, brother? Thanks for tuning in as always. And a good point here from Tony Hall as well. We've got to end the losing streak this Sunday against Tampa Bay. I'm confident that we can give them 3 straight losses head to head. Yeah, I think, to be honest, I think we can make it 4. We've got the team to do it. But it's something that we're going to get into on Saturday in a big way. Yeah, we're going to take a look into the Tampa Bay Atlanta rivalry in a bit more detail and really get into the nuts and bolts of things before the game. So it's going to be fun. And you're going to get the gun to head score predictions as well. So that's going to be fun as well. So looking forward to that. But as I say, stay tuned for Saturday if you want to see all the thoughts for the game. These are kind of just a little few takes around the league and obviously more from the A as well to kind of whet your appetite as well. So while we're on the subject of injuries and things like that, they've also said that wide receiver Darnell Mooney, he's currently day to day at the moment. So we don't know essentially from that. You know how Coach Raheem can say a lot and you learn very little. It's been very much a case of that. So do you think, Des, that we'll see much of Darnell on Sunday, or do you think we're going to rest him? And if we rest him, who are we putting in his place?
Now, I've seen this. I've seen Atlanta doing this quite a few times. I think Raheem Morris knows whether he's going to play him or not on Sunday.
Okay.
But I think it's a ploy. And again, they're good at this. Terry Fontenot and Raheem, they're due. They've done this a few times. They're not wanting to come out. So effectively, Darnell Mooney's class is limited. Now, effectively, that just means that he's practicing. So, but again, he's got limited play. So, I honestly think they don't want Tampa Bay to know who they're actually going to be playing against. You know what I mean? And I think this is just a ploy with Darnell Mooney. I personally think that there's a possibility they hold him out. Because we've said before, there's a lot of depth in that wide receiver position, but you just don't know, and that's the benefit of being Atlanta. They're Tampa Bay are now having to work out whether they're going to be up against Darnell Mooney or whether they're not going to be up against Darnell Mooney, and that's then giving them a wee bit more work on their side. But I honestly think that Raheem knows whether he's playing or not. I possibly just think that it's maybe a week too early.
I could probably agree with that. I mean, this photo that I've got here of Darnell is 4 days old. So you can clearly see he's lidded up, but there's no pads. So he's possibly playing thud ball, as we would call it. You hit the man slightly and you wrap your arms, but you don't take him to the ground. Thud ball is what I feel like he's playing. So I feel like there's a lot to what you're saying. And as I say, tied into this as well, we've got the injury reports, both for the Falcons and for the Buccaneers as well. So just having a look at this here, as you say, Des, yeah, we've got Darnell Mooney is limited. Clark Phillips is also limited with ribs. And then you've got 2 did not practices. Jack Nelson with a calf issue, which is
Devastated.
news to me.
I'm devastated, mate.
Oh,
I mean, that's that. Game over, mate. Game over.
well, as I say, there's it's not quite cause for alarm because, as I say, we've got somebody who may just fit the bill, and we'll get on to him in a little bit.
Yeah, yeah.
And then DeMarco Helms did not practice hamstring. Now that would be slightly concerning, but then I look at the Tampa Bay injury report. Running back Sean Tucker, hand, cornerback Josh Hayes, ankle, tight end K. Doughton, groin, limited. Benjamin Morrison, quad, limited. Tristan Wirf's knee, did not practice. Vita Vea, foot, did not practice. Hassan Reddick, personal reasons, did not practice. Safety Christian Ezn, oblique, did not practice. And then wide receiver Chris Godwin Jr. Did not practice either with the ankle. So, yeah, he's out. Did not practice with his ankle. So that's a big time wide receiver too. I mean, they've got the rookie out of Ohio State, Emeka Buka, that could step up and maybe fill that gap. So I am still concerned if we give Baker too much time that he can still burn us. I mean, the kid looks really, really good. I've not seen too much of his play, but I've seen a bit of him in college, and he looks pretty decent.
Yeah,
So,
but again, you know yourself, mate. I mean, you look at. I'm trying to remember the boy that went to Tennessee, who's now been released. He was a first round pick. Can't remember his name. So again, college football to NFL is completely different. I mean, even if you look at Drake London took time to get used to the NFL. So it's going to take time. With Tampa Bay, it's a brand new coordinator as well. So, so effectively, you know what I mean. It can go any way, but I mean, we've effectively got 2 players that did not practice. They've got about 10 or 12 players.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
Yeah, and I mean from that list, that was a good 4 starters I had, possibly 5, because I know that they were saying that Antoine Winfield Jr. isn't 100% either. He's day to day the same way that Mooney is. He's not on the list right now, but he's a name that you can kind of pencil in, if you will. So and again, that's somewhere we can definitely exploit on Sunday. I mean, if Antoine Winfield is even 90%, we can still utilize some of that speed from these guys that we've got on the outside. I feel like, but I just feel like, as I say, going into the game, I don't know if it's necessarily important that we see Darnell Mooney. I feel like, as you say, the wide receiver group is fantastic this year. And then even going down to the practice squad, which, I mean, the practice squad was finalised over the last couple of days, and we'll get into that in a little bit. But the wide receiver group is stacked. So, I mean, next man up, whether it be Ray McLeod, we've seen him make some really nice catches in camp. Whether it be Chris Blair, Nick Nash. As I say, I'm not opposed to them keeping Mooney out, but as I say, there could be something to what you're saying, Des, too, and that it could be a mirage if full Tampa Bay.
And again, Tampa Bay might be doing that as well with their team. You know what I mean? So again, you just don't know. It's all bluff and bluster.
So all we can go off is what we've got in black and white. Things are subject to change.
As I said to you earlier on, you find out a wee bit more tomorrow when it's effectively the final injury report. You know what I mean? Because I think there's NFL rules. I need to look into it, but I think effectively if you haven't practiced all week, I think at that point you're not able to make the squad. I think there's some sort of rule, but we'll find out more tomorrow, and obviously we'll talk about it on Saturday. But Tristan Wirf is the main one. You know what I mean? He is out. And again, when you look at our injury, and you look at their injury, I said again in one of the last shows that it's effectively going to be down to who's the least injured with who wins this game. You know what I mean? But from my point of view, I think we've got a lot of young players. So again, if they've got some backups and they've got some older players that we can effectively go against, and to be honest, if you look at Tampa Bay, I mean, it's getting on years in age. So effectively, yeah, I think it's going to be fascinating how the game's going. But
as you say, it's always a dogfight. When you're talking about Tampa Bay, they always are gritty affairs when we play those Bucks. I mean, I know the Aints are that rival, but over the last few years, because of the level of success that both teams have had, Tampa Bay is really kind of getting into that mix for me.
It's becoming.
I would say
it's four in a row. So at some point, we need to get over that.
Yeah, I'd say I hate them as much as I hate that mob from the swamp.
No, I can't say that, mate. I don't see like. I hate. I mean, I was watching. I think it was Cam Jordan on an interview talking about how his words were respectfully. He respectfully disrespects the Atlanta Falcons because as they are our rivals. So what he's saying is the way he hates us is because he respects us, kind of thing. And he said that obviously there's Tampa Bay fans and there's Panthers fans that want to have a rivalry with us and with them, but it's never ever going to be the Aints and the Falcons. You know what I mean? I can watch a Bucks game and watch them win and not react.
Okay.
When I'm watching an Aints game, I mean, it could be against the devil and all these demons, and I'm cheering for the devil and the demons. I mean, there's no middle line here. It could literally be. I mean, they could be playing the game for doomsday if the devil and the demons win this game. We're all gone, and I still ain't cheering for the Aints. It's as simple as that, mate. So that's where the rivalry is.
I agree. I agree with you. There is still a degree of venom that I have for that black and gold mob that I don't think I'll ever have for any other sports team.
I mean, I've got a hatred as well for the Patriots, mate. What happened in the Super Bowl? I've got hate. I hate them as well.
Yeah. So I hated Tampa Bay by proxy because of what they done with the Goat Man. So that done it for me. So that was like an extra wee. Oh no, I'm taking notes here, you cunts. That one was added into the back as well.
Yeah. See you next Tuesday, I think we'll say, mate.
Well, yeah, okay. See you next Tuesday. And I think the boss lady's coming on to correct my language as well. Hey, Maggie, what's up, sis?
What's going on? I decided to make a surprise entrance today. How you doing?
It's great to see you. Yeah, we're doing fine. We're just shooting the breeze about the Bucks game, some of the injury worries and things like that. We've got onto the roster and we were about to talk about some of the guys that have been kind of brought onto the practice squad, because I did notice that there was a couple of standout names on there, and we've got one of the frequent flyers as well down in the chat, just showing love as he loves to do. Our game correspondent, so you'll be hearing a lot out of him this season as well. But Maggie, what have you been up to? Because I know we've not touched base for a few days, and y'all have been busy.
Yes, I've been busy. Well, it was Pride weekend here in Atlanta. So I partied all weekend, but also the Lady Birds have been busy because we've had back-to-back special guests. I wanted to do this right before the season because I knew everybody's gonna be busy anyway, but it just shows our versatility as far as you know, especially with the super fans, you just kind of get a feel of how it is to be a fan just that dedicated, because they say that we don't have fans. So it's like, no, I'm going to highlight our super fans. We have diehard fans, and get their experience and how they love it and why they do it, as well as getting kind of the inside of an actual player that has played with the NFL at some point in their time. From a fan perspective, we look at things differently than an athlete, just so kind of getting a little inside of that, from the just it's amazing. And it's players that are not even that much older than me. So it's like I was watching them in my prime as well. So it just feels great to be able to connect with some people like that and, relate to them and ask them questions and like, what's going on? What happened during that season? And they want to come back. So that's fun. That's fun. So I've been having a good time with AFN. We're just really trying to reach 4K people. If you're new here, please subscribe. I felt our channel took a little dip at some point, and I just chop it off to we just had to switch some things around, fix it up a bit. But I'm here to give you guys new things to be happy about, excited about, like this right here. And we're slowly growing. I actually wanted to tell y'all, because I've been putting it on, not consistently, I ain't gonna lie, but I have been putting it on social media audio platforms. And I recently looked at the demographics, and you guys are coming up. Actually, it's people are starting to find us on the app, and it tells you which part of the world they're listening from. So that's encouraging to me. And I haven't even looked at because we've been on for about a month or so now.
Give or take.
Give or take. So I like to go back and look at the demographics. So I'm gonna be looking at that, and I'll tell y'all in a minute about how it goes and things. So
that sounds good.
I love stuff like that. I'm a numbers person, so I like to look at things like that.
Yeah, I love all the X's and O's too. So that's quite good. And as I say, it's really been a labour of love because, as I know, before, well, as I say, Des, when I first messaged you, the thing was just kind of coming into fruition, but it's something that me and Maggie had been playing around with the idea of with for quite some time. And it had just been kind of me dragging my heels, but I knew that obviously when we started that the love would be there and that the support would be there. I knew that went without saying. So it was just a matter of kind of finding the self-confidence and the right partner to have my duo with. Because as I say,
I think I had so just last season I had just come off a podcast where I had literally ripped into an Aints fan. So we were doing an NFC South panel. So it was the Panthers, Bucks, Aints, and me, and that was the podcast where I says to them that the Falcons were going to play in the Swamp twice this year, and he was like, "No, that will never happen. That will never happen." So I kind of ripped it a wee bit. So, and then just after that, I think you contacted me and said that somebody had said that I would be a great fit for the Falcons podcast. So. And then 20 episodes on,
I know.
And here we are. We're literally at the start of the season today, in literally a few hours. And again, it's just flew by.
It did.
We couldn't be more hype. It truly is a blessing to have y'all, and the hits keep coming. Another brother is joining us. You'll know him by now. Hey Cam, what's up, brother?
Cam.
Oh, pretty good. Just got off work. Ready to watch some football games with some real consequences to tonight. Cowboys Eagles.
Yeah, man.
It's gonna be a fun one to watch.
But if you're watching them Cowboys, you're going to need some alcohol because that's not an entertaining watch.
Yeah.
I mean,
but yeah, just as I say, like, oh, sorry, on you go, Des.
while we're on, can we all have a laugh at Bill Belichick in
Oh yeah.
in North Carolina, and having a girlfriend that effectively doesn't hide the fact that she's a gold digger by trying to copyright the word gold digger.
I heard about that.
Yeah.
I heard about that. Like,
just wearing it on her forehead.
I mean, so you're not hiding the fact you're a gold digger. So how does that make? I remember.
Look, Belichick know what he got.
I remember years ago that in the UK, Maggie, there was a magician called Paul Daniels, and he was with quite a beautiful younger woman called Debbie McGee. And she was on a chat show that was effectively done by a comedian who dressed up as an old woman. And because of that, she was allowed to get away with a lot of off-the-cuff remarks. And there was one show where she turns around to Debbie McGee and she said, "Can you tell me what attracted you to millionaire Paul Daniels?" As in the money, you know what I mean? The fact he was a millionaire.
Yeah.
So, so as I say, listen,
but not the first lady to be memed accordingly. I mean, we had the Anna Nicole Smith situation and things of that nature. So, I mean, but nah.
We know exactly what she's doing there. That's and then coin gold digger because she knows she is. That's just. I mean, it's a badge of honor. A lot of things we can get real deep into this conversation. It's some people are embracing. Yep, I'm a cash cow.
And you know what? At least you've got to like applaud the honesty. It's like okay, I've got to give you that.
I mean, hey, OnlyFans made it where it's just a job now, so you make your money.
Absolutely. Why not put a monetary value on the oldest job known to man?
Exactly.
Oh dear. But yeah, so I was looking into the roster a little bit more, and I did see that the practice squad has been messed around with a little bit. So Elijah Wilkinson's been named the starting right tackle, but we've released Brandon Parker. But we have also made some signings on the offensive line as well. So we brought in, just double checking these names. Bear with me. It was Ryan Hayes and Carter Warren. So with Ryan Hayes, the guy's an ex-Dolphin, but back in college he was a two-time All-Conference for the Michigan Wolverines at guard. So that's definitely someone who's going to play a lot of potentially a good sort of flex role if we do end up shifting a guard at some point. But again, he can play a bit of tackle as well, from what I've heard. Carter Warren, I'm not familiar with, so I'll go around and ask you guys. I'll start with the new blood. So, Cam, Maggie, are you familiar with either of these two signings? Do you know
anything? Yeah, no.
I don't know.
No. How about you, Des?
No, it just went over my head.
I've been so tunnel vision for the season. I'm just
I struggle to know all the 53 players in the main roster sometimes, you know what I mean? And then you're into the practice squad.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I mean, I guarantee the first game I'll be going, who's 52? Who's you know what I mean?
You got to get like my Auntie Pam. Auntie Pam has like I'm gonna get like her. She just plug and play, like, what numbers is what. I seen her at the draft. I was like, girl, you got this down packed. I need this strategy.
Yeah, I'll check who's on the roster about midway through the season, I think,
that was the thing. I don't know if I ever sent them to you, Cam, but I know I sent them to Des and Maggie. Right. I have a full breakdown at the full 90-man roster. Obviously, you can cut that down to 53 now, but I had done it all in a spreadsheet because I was insanely hyper-focused. I sent it over to you earlier on in the season, so you should have the 90 man. But I'll resend it if I've got it.
Okay, I should have it. It's been a lot of stuff.
Yeah, there's been a lot of stuff back and forth, just getting wings on this as well. And as I say, y'all have been kind of preoccupied with the Ladybird stuff as well. So again, from our side, shout out to Mike and Ove for coming on, because that's amazing. It's always, as you say, Cam. The first time you came on the show, you were wearing the double threes. So, I mean, how lit is that? The players you got to see are coming on the shows. So it's just the beauty of it.
What's going on,
Maggie? You've got an admirer. So Floyd Donnelly, pretty lass, Miss Maggie.
As always, hello.
Listen, the one thing you learn, seeing the Falcons, see if you're an Ain, you're ugly. If you're a Falcons, we're all beautiful. Absolutely beautiful.
That's right.
I mean,
That's right.
If you're wearing that red and black, you're beautiful. You know what I mean?
And even if you don't profess to be beautiful, you can still be distinguished.
That's funny.
Brilliant.
Oh dear.
Yeah, I mean, your show.
I don't know. To be honest, that we had a kind of a plan in mind, but now that we've spoke about the big roster moves, I mean, what else was there?
We're going to go over Elijah Wilkinson. So.
Oh yeah, Elijah Wilkinson. The other roster news is that we signed Ronnie Perkins and Simeon Barrow Jr. back to the practice squad. I liked Simeon Barrow Jr.
Yeah.
He had the highest pass rush presser rate of all UDFAs in the entire class. So it's good to see him back, kid out of Miami. So I reckon he can do some good things in the interior of the D line. So how do you guys feel about that?
Yeah, yeah. Sorry, mate.
I'll go. Take it.
Understanding, I just add more, depth. It's good to have depth.
Yeah.
I'm not really too familiar with these guys' career, but yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you can only just. Honestly, right now at this point, it's still all just smoke and mirrors, and it's bringing in to fill in for depth and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
Sunday, we get a chance to really see how all this plays out, so it makes a lot more sense.
Yeah.
My thing is, I think they're just making sure in case, because they didn't start those starters, we can come out a little slow, and I'm hoping that's not the case, but they just, I guess, filling up the depth just in case. I don't know a lot about some of these practice squad players, but I'm sure it makes sense for them to get them.
Yeah,
and it's a good budget friendly situation because they're still working with this cap.
Yeah, I agree with you. And there's another one of the frequent flyers. He may not have embraced the kilt just yet, but he's more than earned his wings. Southside Ricky, Falcons Nation over everybody. You already know, brother. You already know. But yeah, as I say, I'm happy if you want to drop the link. I've got it on a ticker here as well, so you can copy and paste it. But yeah, as I say, open that up to the family. Just make it a little bit freeform. We were going to do just a wee 90 minutes because we would say to you guys, Cam, Maggie, while you're here, we're going to do family only AFNI and the frequent flyers on Saturday for pre-game. So you're all more than welcome to come on for that. It's going to probably be maybe 2.5, 3 hours, and we're going to really go into the X's and O's and the nuts and bolts of the game. So we'd be honoured if you guys would join us as well.
No, you can keep it as short as you need to for today. I had a little bit of time today, so I said.
It was great to see you on. As I say, I planned for it all, but half of what you see in the topics and stuff is for Saturday anyway. This is just kind of went freeform, and I'm for it.
I think we take it as a compliment if you're not on, Maggie, because you obviously you're listening. I know you listen to every show, so you're listening and thinking, well, they guys are getting battered in, so I'll just do my thing and just listen away. So
I'll know if we do anything wrong because I'll get a messenger. So we can always look out for that. But yeah, it's always a pleasure to get the family together. So as I say, you all need to keep your eyes tuned here. Last I seen it was 71 subscribers, but we've not got as many of the fans populated over from the main channel. So if you're watching this,
I wanted to talk about that in the background too.
Oh yeah, please
talk
do.
about it later. But because I was like, I would love to have that secondary channel, but maybe just still gear it towards just this channel and just grow that, and then we can branch off later. But of course, we'll talk about that in the background. But
okay, yeah, no bother. As I say, we've got a few things lined up. So if you want this to just kind of function as a Scottish Falcons channel, then that's fine by me. As I say, you're an honoured guest and you're co-heading AFNI with me anyway, so we can touch base after the show and talk a little about that. And we got Big Will's coming on.
Hey, Will. Only because, just outreach to other countries and things like that, language barriers, and there has been kind of a halt on some things. So it's like, okay, so we maybe just have to focus on you guys for now, build that, and then we can worry about, of course, you are international, but we'll expand as we go along. Basically.
Yeah, it's going to happen organically, I feel, sis, because the way I've kind of done it, as I say, I said to Des in the back before we started, I've been in contact with some people down south in England, over in Wales as well, a couple of Irish Falcons to try and kind of get the British connection going. Nothing set in concrete just yet, but we're always working. And as I say, if you're watching this or if you're listening to this on any of the platforms, then and you are an international, or if you are in the States, as I say, it's an open door to anyone. All we ask is that you love our Falcons, and that's the only prerequisite. And Big Will, happy to have you on, my brother. What's going on with you, Reaper?
What's going on, everybody?
Hello.
Boss lady in the building.
I know, rare.
You got any week one predictions? Though, like, have you looked at the whole slate for week one? Like all the teams playing?
Actually,
the hardest one to predict is going to be Ravens Bills. That one's going to be.
I picked all the. I picked all the wins and losses this week.
Okay. Let's look at it.
So who have you got in Ravens Bucks then?
Say what now?
Oh, I said who have you got for Ravens Bills then? Sorry.
Oh, the Ravens.
Yeah.
It's a good choice. Yeah.
The one thing about Lamar, he's good in the regular season. He just can't play in the playoffs.
Yeah.
There's
and the one thing with Josh Allen as well, he always struggles with Baltimore and KC.
There's a good chance though. Like if we beat the Bucks, the other two teams in the division lose also. So we'll be the only winners in week one.
Oh
yeah. I ain't worried about the beginning of the year. I'm worried about the end of the year.
Right. Yeah.
We had the lead 3 years straight and lost the division. So I ain't worried about the beginning.
Yeah.
Yeah. We were all happy with a 6-3 start last season, and look what happened to that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yes. So, and as I say,
that's what I want to see. I want to see that we build on that. Do we know how to finish? Or we are finishing? That's what we got to be. We're gonna motor combat this shit. Oh, I'm sorry, my bad. We cuss on it. Yeah, we cuss on this motherfucker. Hey, we're gonna motor combat this shit.
The Scots, man. On you go.
Yeah. You know when you're at the end of the fight, he say finish him. That's what I want to see. Yeah. Finish them motherfuckers. Bring Talons in there and run it down their throat.
Know exactly what like Nate Ollie said though. You can't make $1 million movie with a 5-cent finish. You know.
Hell yeah.
I want to go to what Monte Carlo said. I'm sorry to cut you off. I didn't want to miss out. But, going back to the practice squad, he said these guys on the practice squad are expected to get drafted higher. So their mentality is going to be they have something to prove. So that type of edge is going to work. And yes, like with how the Falcons do it, that's why they re-sign. They feel confident enough to release and waive their players. And then it's like, well, they're going to be right back here. And like what I was saying on Lady Birds, it's like it's people that's already been practicing with us from day one. So they know the team at this point. In case of injuries or what have you, you can fit these guys right up in there. So they're going to next man up it. This is competitive franchise at this point. So I do see the benefits of that.
And y'all, we got to stop separating the two. They're a part of the team now.
Yes.
We get all that practice squad and roster. They're a part of the team. The way NFL teams use they supposed to be the next man up. If something go wrong during the year, I can depend on you to come in here and do what you got to do, and we don't have that big drop off. And the practice squad holds a big key factor in like scout team. So if we scouting another team, we depending on the practice squad guy to give us the best look. So don't separate them. They're a big part of the team.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So y'all don't look at practice squad guys and don't belittle them. I mean, they're part of the team.
No, I'm definitely not saying it. I'm saying that they have a purpose.
No, I ain't talking about you, but a lot of fans look at it like it's separate. No, they the same thing. They the same thing. They're part.
And my thing is, you also got to look at it. You can't hold 90-something men on the team, so somebody got to go. Somebody got to go,
right?
So,
and you can see how they built our team this year. They focus on their special team. So a lot of guys that got cut from the 53-man, didn't make the 53-man roster, is because they didn't play special teams. They wasn't big factors of special teams, so they had to go with guys who gonna make our special teams stronger. That was one of our weaknesses last year: special team and depth. We lacked depth last year, and we gave up a lot of big plays on special team. So they strengthened that position, and that's why they built the team the way they built. And I was glad to see Simeon Barrow get signed back. You know what I'm saying? I think he got potential, but he just need a little seasoning. Ain't nothing wrong with a little seasoning.
No.
I think
nobody wants bland meat.
I think depth is more important than ever this year. I mean, it always is important, but the fact that we've got a bye in week 5, I mean that's going to be a kick.
But a bye week after what I consider, these got to be wins here. This is one of our testing first few games of the season. Once we get past that bye healthy. We all right.
Yeah.
We all right.
Yeah, and this count is 2. It count as 2 games.
Mm-hmm.
It's a divisional game and it's a conference game. So this count is 2 if you lose this. So you got to lock this game down.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I feel like if we can lose a game in the first few weeks, then we need to drop to Buffalo, because that's the one out of conference opponent. Because I mean, who else have we got? Washington and Minnesota, and before the bye, I think it is.
Yeah, everything else is NFC. So Buffalo is the only one that's out of conference. So if we want to lose one, we can afford to lose that one. But I expect us to come out and put hands to face on every team out here.
I'm not laying down for nobody. Don't get it twisted.
And emotionally too, like I'm the most okay with losing to the Bills than the Vikings or the Panthers or definitely not the Bucks too.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. Like there's a pain from losing to the opponent that does. The Falcons knew who they were rolling with as soon as the draft was over with. Shout out to home team Blackberry. Brother Black knows his football too, and that's very true. They knew the guys from before the draft process. They done their due diligence.
That's what these scouts get all the big money for. Let your scouts get out there and do their job, man.
Terry Fontenot used a weakness as a strength. He used the fact that we only had 5 draft picks to use that as a strength when he was speaking to all these undrafted free agents, all the ones that effectively, like the Kobe Bryants and the Nick Nashes, and said, "This is a chance. We've only got 5 picks. If we had more picks, we'd have been bringing you in. We'd have been drafting you guys. So if the rest of the league doesn't agree that we think you should be on an NFL squad, then we'll take you in at the end of it as an undrafted free agent. And with us only having 5 picks, there's a better chance of you getting onto this squad." So effectively, shout out to Terry Fontenot. He used our weakness as a strength.
He certainly did. And I mean, we've said it before on the show a few times, but I feel like we have the best class of UDFAs. The best practice squad now, I would say, in the league. I've looked at some of the practice squads around the league, and some of them stack up not too badly, but I feel like name for name, in terms of versatility and what we can do if the wrong players should go down, you can't match that.
I mean, I've said before, well, we can't have somebody that comes for the Canadian Football League and walks into our team. And again, shout out to D. Alford. He's done fantastic, but our team was so bad that somebody was able to walk into our team from the Canadian Football League. That wouldn't happen this year. You know, I mean, we've got effectively Kobe Bryant, who any other year, the last 3 or 4 years, he'd have been on our squad. He'd have been in our squad. Our squad is so good now that we've actually got him in the practice squad.
Yeah,
and that depth, and you know what an NFL season is like. It's tough, it's rigorous, it's hard on the body, and effectively, there's going to be times where we're going to have Kobe Bryant on that park, and the Nick Nashes and the Simeon Barrows. Again, the depth that I've seen this year from the Atlanta Falcons is the best I've seen in a long time.
Yeah. Well, the brothers Will and Cam will back me up on this one. I don't think it's just NFL. I feel like any level of football messes with the body. I'm sitting here with messed up fingers and a messed up back and all the rest of it as well. And I didn't get close to touching the NFL, but it's the price you pay to play the game you love, isn't it? So,
yeah, you hurt and leaving practice. So shit. You making that ice tub a frequent friend, you know. You in that ice tub heavily.
Yeah, and you know it's coming closer to retirement time when you start to be in pain waking up for practice.
When you don't want to get out, right? When you don't want to get out the bed.
That's it. It's like, nah, I think I'm gonna just. You're looking at the pads and the helmet and just going, no, I can't do it today. Oh. But I wanted to single out this chat because Miss Christie's still throwing blows, especially not losing a game to the Panthers. Their ego over that season ending. Yeah, I would agree. You can't lose a game to Carolina. Definitely not. Or New Orleans for that matter, because they have absolutely nothing to offer us in terms of a threat this year. So if we lose a game in New Orleans, I don't even want to know. Like, I don't even want to know how I'm going to be on Warriors.
Well, you
got to chop it up. You got to chop it up to voodoo. We always losing the game to the Saints. And we always splitting with them. It's voodoo. They get that doll and start poking it before the game. It's you know. But as far as the Panthers though, man, like they just act like they didn't give up 38 points last year at the end of the game season, and they got the ball first. The only reason they won.
Yeah.
Both of our defense was trash. You know the difference between us and them though. We got a new defensive coordinator. They still got the same fucking one who gave up 38. So hey man, I'm not worried about them Pampers. I ain't worried about them Pampers.
I'm just throwing it out into the ether now. Like, if anyone does happen to own a Will the Thrill voodoo doll, leave that shit in peace, please. just for the season.
Did anybody see on Twitter somebody had done a cartoon and it was effectively the score of the last Panthers game against the Falcons, and it was this eviscerated cow, so a cow with literally no milk. And you see the boy walking over, he start milking it because the Panthers have been milking this score from last season. I mean, as if it's a Super Bowl win that they have to beat us. They have been milking it big time through this preseason.
Oh,
but that says a lot. That says a lot, though. Yeah, I go hear my son in the background, but we are the team to be intimidated by, though. You know what I'm saying? Like, they beating the Falcons, you know, that's a big deal for them. That's their Super Bowl, basically. But only because we started sucking at the end. So we pretty much, here you go.
Yeah. Well, it's nice to be a measuring stick at the same time. Like, it's nice because there's not much to really. As I've got a frequent joke that I've got a few friends who support teams all over the league, and we were having a kind of roundtable laugh about it. And we were saying the only team who is arguably weaker than the NFC South as a division is the AFC South, because he's a Titans fan, and he's like, trust me, I trust and believe that I can preach to you on that one. You guys are bad and over your side of the South, but in the AFC South, it's even worse. And I'm like, nah, okay.
There were a lot of fans.
I just got to
There
call.
were a lot of fans mess up it.
Oh,
It's the NFL. Everybody good. You come in and thinking this team can't beat you. That's when you get beat. You got to come in ready to mud stomp everybody you play against. Because you come in giving them that hope and opportunity. You see what happened when the Panthers felt like they had some hope. They stuck with us. It was a shootout the whole game because our defense mailed it in. It was a shootout the whole game, man. It shouldn't have been no shootout. We should have stopped them boys, but they was there. Like if you come in thinking that a team can't beat you, it'll beat you every time. This the NFL. Everybody good. Your talent ain't go out. It's all about your scheme up here. College, you go out talent folks. Up here is your scheme, your game planning. That's what's gonna get you up here.
Yeah, it's like it's almost like MMA. You see them talking down to certain opponents and leaving their chin out there, and it's like, yeah, that's a good way to get cold cocked and knocked the fuck out. It's like you don't underestimate these boys. I mean, it's still an NFL franchise at the end of the day. So I get what you're saying. Well,
I mean, what we forget is this is the 1%. Anybody that's on an NFL field is the 1% of all the college football players.
Yes,
I mean,
sir.
Hundreds of thousands of college football players, they get to the NFL, and then you're having to fight to get actually into a squad and not get cut. And again, Casey Washington, I think, I don't know if any have seen the new Atlanta Falcons on the Rise video.
Not yet.
Casey Washington now, he's effectively talking through the preseason, and he's talking about how he doesn't know whether he's going to be on this team or whether they're going to cut him, and he's effectively saying, I mean, you imagine you go to your job and you've actually came from another place that you're the best of the best in your college football team, and then you go to another workplace and you're at a point every day you're wondering whether this is the day that they're sacking you, they're going to get rid of you. I mean, that's effectively the life of 90% of the NFL players. You know what I mean? So you've then to work through all that because you're fighting with your head because you're thinking about this constantly, and then you have to then go out there and play well and do well. You know what I mean? So he was talking about how there's a possibility he could get cut, and I mean, obviously he made the roster, and I think it's going to be a good season for Casey Washington. But you need to, as Maggie said earlier, when you meet some of the players and they talk about how the game is to them opposed to the fans, it's a different scenario because we're thinking about how the team's going to do and how the team's going to play well, whereas some of the players are thinking about, am I going to be here next week? Am I going to get a shot next week? Am I going to get any snaps next week? So
and as you said, Des, like, I have an advantage having played football. Anybody that will have that advantage that has played at any level, but at the same time, look at Kirk Cousins. He's came into the Atlanta scheme last year and didn't really have a clue what he was doing with all the motions and audibles and things of this nature. So the NFL level of football is so nuanced that it only gets you so far, so to speak. The plays that we are watching, it's literally where combat meets chess. That's what's so beautiful about football for me.
And again, that's how I'm excited for Michael Penix Jr. because you see them all talking, and I've said before, that man can read a play in milliseconds because he knows straight away when a play's dead and when a play's went bad. In college, he was known for not getting sacked because he effectively and again, I seen another video recently, and they were talking about how in one of the games last year, he went to his fifth progression. So he effectively picked his fifth pass and threw that. And I can't remember if it was Baldy or the one of the media guys, but effectively he said there's some veteran QBs in the league that can't do that. So when you're hearing all this, that's what I'm excited for. It's not the actual way he plays. It's the way he thinks that gets me excited.
And that's one thing I wanted to ask you guys, Maggie. I mean, you've seen him in person throwing the football at camp. How did he look? Was the release as quick as people were saying it? Was he getting that ball out fast?
It was. I saw, and what it was doing is the receivers was loving it. You know, it was like a competition. Like, let me see who can grab the ball like this, because at some time they'll have it where they're near us. So, you know, we're cheering and whoa, like it's a game, and they're like, okay, you know, they're looking back at me. Let me show out. So it was definitely a sight to see them getting comfortable with him. But I guess the fans reacting to those catches. So it was like, you can tell everybody was like, okay, let me step my game up. And then, of course, Kyle Pitts dropped a couple of them. We was like, Kyle, what's going on? So all of that made them like, okay, I really got to be on it. But I loved it to see that that was happening. So, yeah, it was definitely that at training camp to see how quick he was. It was amazing. I would have sat there the whole time and watched that whole thing. Like,
if it wasn't hot out there.
Yeah, you got some nice
That's what makes me comfortable. That's what makes me comfortable about him. He's with his preparation. Y'all will hear me saying all the time when you hear me talk. It's about when you survive in this NFL league, it's about your preparation. I don't care. We're seeing rookies come in here and succeed all the time because they were well prepared. It's about how are you willing to prepare when you get up there. Because ain't nobody holding your hand like this. You know, so you got to come up here and prepare. See, that's the difference that makes you from being that's how Jaden Daniels was able to play good last year. That's how Bo Nix was able to play good last year. They was prepared. Their coaches had them prepared, and I see the preparation he likes to put in, and he's not afraid to ask for help. He's taking help from Matt Ryan to how he prepared his game day. He's taking advice from Michael Vick. You know what I'm saying? He's willing, and he's not naive to know that his legs are power for him. So, like, I can use my legs when everything else breaks down, but not as a number one source, but as a number two. You see what I'm saying? If everything else breaks down, I can take off.
100%.
He's willing to stand in that pocket. That's what I like about him. He gonna stand in that pocket, do his read.
He wants to take it all.
Right.
And the fact that I don't even think he asked for that. I think these quarterbacks are just that set on making sure this is the guy. They even said it in some of the Matt Ryan, Michael Vick. They were like, yeah, he's something special. So let me get in his ear and make sure that he understands that part of it before he even recognizes his own self. The players are hyped for him to be that guy. So he has an advantage of that he has some of the best give him some tips and things like that, and he's willing to take it in and not be so cocky. It's like it's a team effort for one thing. If I'm not the best, my players can't be the best. So I love it.
Yeah, I love the attitude, and as I say, when you talk about preparation, that's something that we really should bring it back in the form of a hashtag. It's one that Des always says, and it's fail to prepare to fail, and it's one I've always loved. But it's kind of summed up well this season, because I feel like Michael Penix has done more than enough preparation on and off the field. He's gotten them out running in the dunes with them and all the rest of it. So, I mean, he's put in the hard reps. Football's always never that complicated. No.
And again, I was
really easy.
Coaches, that's the famous saying, coaches always make it tougher than what it's supposed to be. Like, that's the difference between like when Obert came in here with his defense.
Absolutely.
He simplified it, but it's not simple to the offense. It might be simplified for the defense to understand, but it look very complicated when the offense is looking at it. You know what I'm saying? That's the difference. And Auntie Pound, at this point, Auntie Pound, they got to start bringing that air conditioning out there for y'all. That sideline air conditioning that they use for the player. You had that out there for y'all.
You read my mind, Will, because that's exactly what I was going to say. Again, I've always had a sales background, and we used to have a saying, it was KISS, so keep it simple, stupid. And effectively, as you said, Jeff Ulbricht's come in. This defense was too complicated. It was a mess last year, and he simplified everything. And he's effectively said that And again, the thing that excites me about Jeff Ulbrich is he watches the way a player plays, and he knows the best position for that player. And that's what excites me. And to be honest, it could be Santa Claus, as long as it's no Jimmy Lake. Everything's going to be good. You know what I mean? Because last year was deplorable.
And I like the defense. I mean, I like the coaches out there on the field with them, and tossing around and getting them hyped and pushing them up. Like he's youthful. He's involved. I'd love to see that.
See, that's the thing right there. Like, you can't have too many calm coaches. You got to have some that got there getting your ass. See, that's the part. Raheem already a calm coach. So Jimmy Lake was the same calmness. You wouldn't be getting your ass tight. So you need somebody to get up in there like, hey, man, you got to do this right. Get your ass in there. Get off my field tight. We got to talk to him. We had this growing up. This is what we heard. I mean, this new society now, they scared to talk. Man, you get millions of dollars. You get your ass out here on the field and play. But you gotta have. Go ahead.
My favorite Ulbrich coach, Coach Ulbrich quote from camp has still got to be when he goes like that, do it again, and he goes like, yes sir, and he goes like, don't fucking yes sir me. That's some bullshit, and you fucking know it. And I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah, they just want to hear you say, got it. You know what I'm saying? Like, yes, sir, I got it. Got you, Cole.
I don't want to hear you say nothing. Just go and do it.
Just go do it. Yeah.
And again, what I would say is, coming from a sales background, I had a lot of sales managers and a lot of managers that effectively, it was really, really tough. So that some were effectively minute managers. They were on top of you all the time, and you just didn't like that. Sometimes you just want to be left alone and just tell me what I need to do and leave me to go on with it. And I think these coaches are that kind of thing. If you want to prove it to me, then I'm going to let you. I'll tell you what I want you to do and go and do it. You know what I mean? I've always got the saying, actions, not words. You know what I mean? I don't really care what you say you're going to do. I just want to see what you're going to do. And I think that a lot of the coaches are quite similar. Watching the On the Rise video, there's a bit where when they were talking to Casey Washington, there's a bit where Raheem Morris goes over to him and just says to him, listen, I love what you're doing. I love seeing the difference in the last few months on what you've done. Just keep it up, and you're going to be on this squad. And you can see Casey Washington's face just light up. Just a few words from the coach, and that makes a difference. Just a few words. And that's what I like about Raheem Morris. He is a man that can effectively lift a room. He is a man that just a few words and it makes a difference.
It's just like the old heads, some old heads like to say, man, I listen with my eyes. That'll go over a lot of people's head, but like, I hear what you're telling me. I want to see you do what the hell you're telling me to do. Yeah, that's the thing. Like, some players react to that. Like, you telling me to do all this, but would you come out here and do this? So when you get out there and you see Ulbrich out there hit the bag or something like that with the player, like, okay, this motherfucker crazy, but he saying what he got. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, it's like that. It's like, I want to see what you're telling me.
Yeah.
So I listen with my eyes. I listen with my eyes. I want to see it and be able to project that out there when I go out there, because I see you do it. Or if you ain't capable like Ulbrich, show me a tape what you're trying to get me to do. Explain to what you're trying. Show me what you're doing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Another thing, as well, is that effectively we see the difference. Yous have been to training camp. We see the difference. We feel the difference in the air about how this is going to be this year. And effectively that all stems from Michael Penix Jr. The players are seeing that as well. They're feeling this.
Yeah.
And again, I remember seeing a quote from one of the Fox guys, and he talked about how potential gives you hope. So effectively, what he was saying, that if you took Jacksonville Jaguars and put Tom Brady in, even though that's a garbage team, as soon as you put Tom Brady in, they players then see that they've got Tom Brady at quarterback. They're going to play a wee bit harder. They're going to try a wee bit harder because the potential's there. And that's what Michael Penix Jr. gives to this team. They're looking at the quarterback and they're saying, this guy could be great. This guy could be a franchise quarterback. He could be it.
Yeah, and this is the point you're making, Des, and backed up by Auntie Pam as well, because she's already got her seat. You know how it is. She'll be at the game. But yeah, just always remember to represent, because I feel like the fan base has felt some kind of way for a long time. But if you want to talk about potential, we have so much potential as a team in Atlanta that we really need to be getting behind it as a fan base. So we've said it a few times, and I'm not even having a go, but I just feel like if Syracuse and Tennessee can pack the Benz, then why can't the Falcons? That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. So again, there we go. So this is the Mercedes-Benz. This is something I brought up to Will earlier on. This was the kickoff at a college game on Mercedes-Benz. Now, there was loads to do, still the same stadium, and that's a college game. So if that's a college game, literally there's not an empty seat anywhere. That's the way we want the Benz to be this Sunday, especially against the Tampa Bay.
I hear what y'all saying, but how this fan base work down here, we got to start winning, because it's too much to do in Atlanta itself. They got too much to do. Like, why the fuck I'm in here watching them lose type? And that's what I hate about our fans. I hate that about them, but that's the way they work down here. If you live down here, that's what you know. You see it. You see it every time.
Yeah.
Once we start winning, when we win, they pack that thing out. But that's the point, man. I hate that. I hate that it's like that, but this is what it's like down here.
But well, that's what we call over here glory hunters
or fair weather fans.
Yeah.
We call it out. We call it that down here too. We call them fair weather. Yeah.
Again, well, I've said 1,000 times, the fact that people in Atlanta can jump in the car and go to the Mercedes-Benz Stadium and watch the Falcons, I would cut off an arm or a leg to be able to do that. I'm literally thousands of miles away from the team I love, and I can't do that. And the fact that the people in Atlanta and the surrounding areas can actually do that, and then effectively when they actually get to the stadium, they're too busy eating a hot dog to sit on their arse and watch the start of the game as it's kicking off. That to me is unacceptable. I want, whether the team's playing bad, whether the team's playing great, you support your team, you have the red and black on, and you support the team. In fact, when the team's playing really bad, that's when they need your support more, because they're going through a tough spell. We've had the tough spell. We've not won the NFC South in 9 years. We've not been in a playoff for 8 years. You know what I mean? With Michael Penix Jr., they'll do a documentary hopefully in 20 years' time, and they'll talk about how bad the Atlanta Falcons were before Michael Penix Jr. came in. But from my point of view, win, lose or draw, listen, I'll smash TVs, I'll shout at the world when we're losing, but I still love this team. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And that's what I was going to say as well. That's the beauty of bringing us all together, because we don't get the chance, as we've said before, to really talk about how passionate we are as fans too often. To the point where literally, if I was a stronger swimmer, I would have made the trip. I just came on my own power, but it's a bit long to swim.
I'm drowning at 100
yards.
It's
gonna take for the advertising team. It's gonna take for the advertising team to get this stadium back bumping. Before, if you wanted to get back bumping, before us going on our little win streak, it's gonna take for them, the advertising team, to do that. You know what I'm saying? Because these folks, the PSL, all they do is sell their tickets. They selling their tickets to outsiders. That's all they doing. So you put more like standing room tickets or whatever on sale. Put more of them on sale. People come in, they got going to take them seats and cheer on the team. But it's just so much to do, and A lot of these people that they selling the ticket to, all they doing is going around and walking around and viewing the stadium and everything. Because a lot, if you ain't never been to the Mercedes-Benz Stadium, a lot in there, a lot to do. So a lot of them are just walking around instead of being in their seats.
Yeah.
So it's gonna take for the advertising team to get that back on track to get this thing filled up. And I had an idea for them, like, man, hey, all these high school students need these credits and everything. Hey, get them down there taking these fans orders and stuff. You know what I'm saying? For some hours.
Why not?
Keep these fans in the seats.
Mm-hmm.
But it's just like it's gonna take the advertising team to get it back right.
It's going to take something.
I don't want my stadium to be well known for how much you can buy for $20.
Yeah.
I mean, I want my stadium to be known for the way they talk about Seattle and the Chiefs. You know, I mean, I want my stadium to be intimidating. I want my stadium to be a bastion for my team. You know, I mean, not how much you can get for $20 and a pretzel, and you know, I mean, listen, I understand and fair play to Mr. Blank for doing all that. It's a great experience, but you go to the stadium to watch the team, and I put that picture up simply down to the fact that that's the same stadium. And are you telling me that Syracuse and Tennessee is more important than the Falcons? You know, I mean, it's our stadium, and again, as Pam said and Will brought up, the fact that we're doing this for a soccer team, literally the fourth or fifth biggest sport in America, and the number one.
And they sorry this year. They not good this year. They still be packed out. So yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy.
You don't have to tell us Scots how crazy the soccer fans are. Believe me.
Oh, I know. I've seen soccer overseas. I know how they get in them. They tearing up stadiums over there. I've seen it.
What I would love. I know they're trying to do this with the Dirty Bird Nest, but like incorporate that soccer energy though. It's just a chance. The whole stadium standing and cheering, and you know, a lot of Falcons fans, they sit there and they don't even want you standing up. I can't see. Get your ass up then and eek around, because stand up. Stop sitting there looking cute. Get up and cheer. And I always find the hype section. I'm like, where the hype people at? We going over there with them.
Yeah, that's what I'm about to say too, Mega. Like when I was talking about the advertising team, they're gonna have to spend a little money to get some celebrities in here. Say they're gonna perform. Don't tell them when they're gonna perform, but watch how many folks start coming down now. Tell them folk Beyonce gonna be at the game. Watch how packed the goddamn stadium gonna be. It's crazy. You got to do that, but that's Atlanta, man. Some reason we the party town, so everybody want to go to a party. So if you bringing these celebrities in here and say, hey, we got such and such gonna perform today. Watch how they gonna come and pack the house up.
Or like the Atlanta Braves, what they do is bobblehead night, and the first people in the door get towels, or they actually do a car flags today at wherever the location is. Come there and do car flags. Like, why don't you do it at the stadium itself? And people like got to show up as soon as the door.
Because they advertise the team better now. Like, why you think the Braves got so many fans all over the goddamn world? The advertising team is A1 for Atlanta Braves. We sorry this year, but they still be, they still be talking about the Braves like we just going to the playoffs or something. We sorry to them. But I'm just saying
I've got a good one. Why? So the team you support, you come and you actually get to see the team you support. that's what
just
you do.
like,
you know what I mean?
Right.
I'll go back to when I went to London to see the Falcons, and Matt Ryan. I must have made Matt Ryan paranoid, because I was literally standing staring at this man for 10 minutes straight. I don't think I blinked, but I'm literally looking and going, "That's Matt Ryan." And he was doing all this thing with the stretching and everything, and I couldn't take my eyes off him. It's like, that's Matt Ryan. You know what I mean? That fascinated me. That's what I go for. I go because I want to see my team. Listen, see if Beyonce comes out of the rafters and sings a song, great. I'm happy for her. But I'm there for my team. You know what I mean? And again, that does probably come from the soccer mentality. I grew up a soccer fan, and we would go to stadiums, and effectively how I was at Wembley. Not so. The first one was Tottenham. How I was at Tottenham Hotspur in 2021 with the Falcons, and how I was at Wembley. I'm screaming and shouting as if I'm at a soccer game, and I'm getting people that are complaining about me because I was too loud. You know what I mean? But that's I'm supporting, I'm getting mad, I'm shouting, I'm screaming at
They said you too loud at a stadium?
Yeah. So effectively somebody complained that I was too loud.
Wow.
Yep.
Because I was I was too loud, but it was the Jacksonville Jaguars game. It's the game, Will, that was remembered that Nickelodeon had done the wee
for crying out loud!
The wee cartoons. I mean,
they were god awful.
That
slime time for touchdowns and shit like that. Oh, it was bad.
It was kind of cool watching it on TV though. They had two different channels, so if you wanted to watch the regular one, you can watch that, or if you want to watch the Nickelodeon version. So I probably leave the regular channel just to see what they doing on Nickelodeon version. Had them like little cartoons running out. I'm like, oh, come on, man.
Like before and after the trip.
right. That was fun. But yeah, it just we're gonna have to reconstruct the way we promote the game down here. That's the way we got to do it in Atlanta. Atlanta is different. Like I said, it's too much to do, and these people don't care about spending their money on losing products. That's the way they is. I hate it for like that. We got real fans, but a lot of us real fans ain't packing up the stadium. We got to get these fair weather fans in there too. So they got to come on. They got to come on in there to pack it out. And the way you got to draw them in, you got to put in what they like. They like some parties in Atlanta, so bring some parties to the stadium. And they gonna flop themselves right on in there.
Yeah.
But it just we got to be creative with the way you want to bring exposure to your stadium. Because Mercedes-Benz ain't got a problem packing out the stadium. They did it with all other things we do around here. It's always packed, except the Falcons game. Like we ain't been in the playoff game in this stadium yet. So in Georgia Dome, they packed out Georgia Dome, no problem. We ain't did nothing in the stadium yet. So it's just like we just got to give them something to come to the stadium for. Then once they get here, we got to make them stay. We got to give them something to, that's all it is.
Well, and we just got to be Junior and Ricky Morris are doing a bit for selling as well. When you're saying things like, we just need to find a way to win this game, and that means by whatever it takes. It's like, okay, that's the kind of things that's going to put asses in seats. And the same way the kind of things that Mike Penix has been saying as well. I feel like the narrative's shifted a lot. So hopefully when the regular season starts, obviously on Sunday for us, we're going to see the Bens packed to the nines because we can't state enough how imperative it is. As I say, the diehards who can't make it have to live vicariously through y'all. So take us there with you in spirit. And we're not just talking about the Scotch whiskey that you're drinking at the tailgate.
Players you haven't seen play yet, I think that, and of course, Michael Penix, to see him starting, actually.
I was just about to say that too. Yeah.
And you got Jalen Walker and quite a few people that we want to see. So I feel at least game one and a rivalry game is always packed. Because
game one gonna be packed. Yeah.
Gonna be packed for a rival game.
Anticipation. Plus they drafted a Georgia player, so they're gonna bring them fake ass Georgia fans over here. So how you gonna be a fan of the Georgia, but then you're a fan of New England Patriots or some shit? We don't even get them on TV. We don't get New England on TV.
So people want to see what's gonna happen right now.
Right.
If the team performs the way we want to perform, it'll keep them coming. It's gonna keep them coming.
Yeah. That's what I think will happen too. As I say, we have said that a few times over the last couple of episodes. Like, we need to fix the culture of mediocrity before the fans can really invest in more away than what they're already doing. I mean, we're all here because we signed up for it, the good, the bad, and the ugly. So I mean, we're all lifers at this point. But for the new starts, I see what you're saying. It's going to take a winning mentality again.
Listen, see, to be honest, seeing in our legal culture over here, I mean, I could have probably done away with somebody in 2008, and I'd have been out by now. You know what I mean? So when you talk about it as being lifers, you know what I mean? But I see. I keep on saying, like, I see what Christie says about there's so much to do in the stadium, but I put up a picture of the Tennessee Syracuse game, college game, and the place is rammed.
I'd make it a day trip. Like, if I had one chance to go to the Benz, I'm there all day.
College different than the NFL. It's like a couple of NFL teams that got their college vibe, but a lot of them don't. Like Kansas City, New Orleans, they all got their college vibe. They always gonna be packed. Like, I like how the Browns fans are. The Browns always, they don't care their team sorry, they always packed. But it's just a couple teams that got the college vibe. All of the teams don't have it, and the reason why is marketing. Their marketing team ain't that strong. You got to get that marketing team up. You got to market that game. That's why these college games be so goddamn packed. They marketing team are outstanding. Before the game start, you'll seen them already marketing, advertising this team. You know what I'm saying? It's just that marketing. You got to get that together.
Yeah. Well, what I'm going to do, that's a great point by Ricky. If you've still got your voice at the end of the game, you've not fucking shouted loud enough, in my opinion. So there's something to be said. You need to come out hoarse.
You should be at the point where you got to talk with a bullhorn because your voice so.
I got to say that the nerves are starting to hit me, to be honest, for this season, because as I say, this is literally the anything time. You know what I mean? That anything can happen. It could be a glorious season. It could be the first season ever that we do it. Or it could be disappointing. Michael Penix Jr. might be really bad. I mean, there's just, I don't think so, but there's so much that affects.
As you say, there's 1,000 ways the season could go, but it all boils down to Sunday. So, as I say, I do have one more visual that I was going to pop up before the Q&A. So, if I can find it again, where is it? Yep. So, this is what we're going into for Saturday. So, y'all down in the chat, please join us for that. It's going to be 3:30 Eastern, 12:30 Arizona time, 8:30 in the UK. And essentially what that's going to be is the full AFNI family. So you'll see me and Des. I hope Maggie will be able to make it. Big Will, if you've got some time on Saturday, you're more than welcome. If you want to start being a bit more regular coming on with us, it's been a thrill to have you on. Some great
y'all know how to drop y'all know how to drop the link in the chat, right?
Yeah, I think we did it earlier. That's how you got it.
Yeah, y'all drop it out. I'm good at, like, if I'm at work or something and I'm free, if I see a link there, I'm gonna pop up in there. I come on there, you know what I'm saying? So if y'all drop that link and I got time, I'll be up in there. That's my
Sounds
slogan.
good, brother. I'll get you in the AFNI chat then, and we can take it from there, because that's where I usually drop the links for these. But as I say, episode 20 and the family does nothing but grow. So if you've got any more questions before we wind it down, guys, in the chat, just let us know. But until then, as I say, just continue to show love, support all the guys in the panel, because we are doing a lot of work to bring this for you. I think, you're on mute, Maggie? Are you supposed to be?
I'm multitasking. I'm working.
Oh, sorry.
Sorry. Probably typing on my work computer, but I'm on this computer like, oh, wait.
Okay. No, you're all good.
My ship is almost over though, so no, I'm good.
No, you're all good. Right, cool. So as I say, we were just kind of getting to the Q&A section, so I'll bring up that nice wee visual, because I love to pat myself on the back. Des will tell you that. He hears me in the back as well, so I'm always blowing my own trumpet. I'm a good producer and I know it, so just throw it.
I will say this when the boss lady's on. You've been fantastic producing everything, Will. You know what I mean? So
thank you ever so much.
You said the boss lady kept him in line.
As she always does, brother. You know it too. Oh, how many pass breakups does Billy Bowman have on Sunday? From Southside Ricky. Interesting question. I'm going to say 2 or 3.
The real question is how many tip drills Billy Bowman gonna put up there. That's what I want to see. I want to see tip drill. Put it up in the air. Let somebody come intercept.
Yeah.
I think
I also want to see him just knock someone's head off. Like first drive, set the tone.
We're gonna leave that to Helms. We're gonna bring that 3 safety.
Oh, now you're talking.
I think the thing that excites me is that Baker Mayfield tends to sometimes get a bit wild when he's put under a lot of pressure, and I'm ready for that. I mean, again, as I say, that the team could be anything at this point, but I mean, you look at the pass rush, you look at James Pierce Jr. and what he's done pre-season. I mean, literally. I mean, that guy is fighting with the world.
Yeah.
I mean, if I ever come to Atlanta, I'm not asking him for his autograph because he'll just probably knock me out because he's fighting with the world. But you see what he's done. You see like all the optimism that effectively has came this preseason. But you know what it's like as a Falcons fan. Everything that you're expecting, it's the opposite. The offense is going to be fantastic. It could be bad, and the defense might be fantastic. It just literally, the Falcons fans live in an upside down world. What we expect, we think is going to happen, never ever. It turns out that way.
The best laid plans are mice and men. It's just one of those things when you're an Atlanta Falcons fan. How many people does Helms?
To add to the defense, I feel if we've seen how the defense, second, third teams was swarming around that field game 1 of preseason, I'm hoping that's an indicator of what to expect for this defense moving forward with the starters and everything else. Just like,
I hope so.
You getting sacked. Trust and believe that ball is coming back to us.
Yeah.
You know,
you're not gonna be comfortable. You're not gonna be comfortable back there. Yeah, right. Hey, Dan said we living in the Stranger Things. You know that TV show Stranger Things? They the upside down.
Yeah. I think a shot from Helms will put you in the upside down. Yeah, what's up, brother Wolf? I think I was speaking with you last night. If it's the same, Wolf, that was a good conversation.
Yeah, that's him.
Yeah. Well, it's good to see you. He's first time on the AFN International channel, so it's great. It's great to have you on with the family, my brother. But yeah, as I say,
as Maggie was saying about defense, all we need from a defense is average. That's all we need. We just need average. The offense that we're going to have should be good enough that an average defense will work with us. You know what I mean? But as I said earlier, I mean, it could be upside down. We might have a fantastic defense this year. You just don't know. But that's how I love this game. That's how I love this team. You know what I mean? It's all the promises, all the hopes. I done this last year. I done it the year before, and the year before. Even with Arthur Smith, we were winning the Super Bowl. And in my mind, we were winning the Super Bowl with Arthur Smith and his offense. You know what I mean? This team can be anything that they want to be, and I hope they want to be champions. That's what excites me.
I'm with you there, and as I say, I would probably jump on that too, Monte Carlo. 2 picks sounds about right, as long as we can keep Baker on the back foot and keep him guessing. Who wants to take that question first then?
Well, he needs to make the game first, Helms.
Because I know he's questionable.
He's not practiced, so effectively Helms. That what I love about Helms is that he plays the game through no fear of what that's doing to his body. I mean that man, that man doesn't know. I mean, ask that man to spell concussion, and I'm pretty sure he's not able to spell it. That man doesn't know that word because he plays as if that's not a thing.
Plays football like Mick Foley used to wrestle, just with a sense of reckless abandon for his own health and safety.
Oh my God! You said Mick Foley. That man used to put himself through torture.
This is a moment.
That's when I used to watch wrestling.
Yeah,
I used to watch wrestling back then. I thought it was real. All that time I used to watch it because he always bleeding. But I ain't know that's how he did his thing. He gonna cost some blood up off him.
Yeah,
and had the little sock.
Yeah, Mr. Socko, yeah. But yeah, shout out to my mum because I still remember King of the Ring 1998. Hell in the Cell between Mick Foley, Mankind, and The Undertaker. I was 7 years old and I watched it live with my mum, and that match was brutal. if you've not seen that, go back and watch it.
I think SummerSlam, and it was on an aircraft carrier.
Oh,
it was Lex Luger slamming Yokozuna.
Yokozuna, yeah, that'd be SummerSlam '93 on the Intrepid.
So that's how far back I go.
Yeah. No, I can talk Hogan era too, man, if you really want to. But that's for the wrestling side of things. But yeah, as I say, we're just thrilled to have you all in the building and the chance to spend some time together again. Because as I say, we've not had you on in a minute, Maggie. So it's been great to kind of get a chat with you, and I hope you'll join us on Saturday too for the big pre-game.
That one with wrestling was fun. There's a lot of talking and all that now.
Wrestling.
A lot of showboat now. All that talking on there. I miss the real wrestling.
Yeah, man. That's it's lost a step for me too, man. It's not the same anymore.
I can't watch it now. Hey, props up to the folks who can watch it. I can't watch it now. I can't do it.
Yeah. I just play the video games now. I just do that. And that's how I kind of pay attention to who's on the roster, and if there's any big stories, I'll go, okay. But the last thing I play the wrestling
on the I play the wrestling on the PS5 over here. Yeah, I'll be playing that thing.
Nice one, bud. Well, if you hang back after the show, I'll get your tag and we can grab a match sometime.
When we were watching, the thing that upsets me now, when we were watching wrestling when we were younger, I mean, some of the guys couldn't really wrestle, but if you seen them in a club, you weren't going to mess with them. These guys were going to. I mean, they were abnormal. They were massive. They were built like we call it brick shit house.
Brick shit houses.
Built like a brick shit house. I mean, he's massive. You now look at some of them. It's a bit like the police and the officers now.
Yeah.
When I was growing up, they used to have a certain height. So if you weren't like 6 foot or 5'11", you were too small for the police. Now you walk past a police officer and he's smaller than you, and you're like,
well, it's the world we in now, so they don't want to. Nobody wants to get canceled, so they can't be like, "Hey, you too short to be a police officer."
I guess.
It's the same with wrestling. I mean, I'm watching the wrestling and I'm seeing guys fatter than me, and I'm going, well, you're supposed to be an athlete. I mean,
nobody go to the gym no more. Nobody go to the gym.
That's it.
Yeah. I've got a fat personality. This is my personality. I'm not actually really fat. I'm just pretending I'm a fat guy. You know
That's it. I'm skinny. Identify as a chunky guy.
So you skinny fat.
It's what you envision for yourself that counts. That's all. But guys, we're going to go around and get your final thoughts. So, Will, where can the people get at you?
Hey, man. Like I say, it's going to be important to see what Zach Robinson's game plan is this year. That's what I'm looking forward to seeing. How does he handle this young quarterback? Is you gonna try to use him how you did Kirk Cousins and put it all on him, or are you gonna use this all-star backfield that you got back there to set up the punches? Then let Michael Penix be the haymaker. You know what I mean? Boxing, they don't come out there throwing hooks and all that off the rip. They hit him with a jab. All that, and then come with the haymaker. Let Penix be your finalizer. You know what I'm saying? Your finishing move. Use that backfield back here And I just want to see the defense just stay after it, just attack. Like y'all been saying all season, just attack. Rotate them guys out and attack. Have that boy moving. So
Oh,
I'm just waiting to see that.
Ricky's out
See
here
how
just
we learn how to finish.
straight up making up words now.
Choppy pop.
Oh dear.
Well, you know what they say. If you want to help a rookie quarterback, you run the ball.
Exactly.
And we've got two of the best. In fact, I think Nate Carter. I mean, I never ever thought I'd say this. We haven't Bijan and Tyler, but I'm really excited to see what Nate Carter can do.
Yeah,
well, he's not gonna see the back. He ain't gonna see the backfield like that. You'll see him on special teams, but he's not gonna see the backfield like that.
I wouldn't mind I wouldn't mind giving him a shake though, because I mean I've been calling the backfield the Hydra, 3-headed monster, and each one brings something different. So it's a nice play. It's a nice position.
They had trouble giving Tyler the ball that much last year. They ain't gonna.
Yeah.
But yeah, like man, y'all just find me at Will of Georgia Repo on everything, man. Catch me Wednesday nights on everything Atlanta Sport. And man, make sure y'all like, share, and subscribe to my YouTube page if y'all ain't did so already. Got to get them subscriber back up, and whatever AFN got going on, if I got time, I'm up in there. Y'all already know.
Well, we appreciate you as always, Will, and as I say, it's good to have you officially signed up now as one of the international frequent flyers. So, as I say, you'll have seen Will around about the AFN product for a long time, but we're just giving them one more outlet because we just love to talk birds, and we know you do too, brother. So thanks again for joining us.
Oh, no problem, man. I'm already been an agent. Man. I'm like 007. I was just waiting to be activated. You know what I'm saying? So y'all.
Yeah, that's it. We've got sleeper cells in places where you don't even know there are places. That's how deep AFN goes.
Yeah.
And speaking of AFN, we're going to turn it over to the First Lady. So, Maggie, what's your closing thoughts for tonight, sis?
Well, hold on. I want to get, I want to close it out with answer these questions because I think it's good. It's two of them. I'm going to put them in two.
Okay.
How many touchdowns we getting? I hope that every single receiver get an opportunity to get something in there end zone. That's what
that would be great.
That would be
You gotta say pass catcher.
I want to see what Al Pitts what they're doing and out here. So as far as touchdowns, I really do hope it's good 4 or 5 or more.
You sound like you want us to have a 40 burger up there or something.
I mean, but really,
at least.
As far as score prediction, I still feel like it's still going to be a close game because it's just typically that's just how the rival game's going. So I look at it like 27, 24 or something like that, where a field goal calls it or some sort, hopefully cool is on point. And that's typically how it goes, just off of history, to be realistic with that. But as far as how many touchdowns, I really do hope that everybody just gets in the end zone. Whenever we get into the red zone, we know what the hell we doing and get it, do what we need to do at that point. That's been our kryptonite. So as far as
I got us winning 34-17.
30.
Oh, that'd be good. I think I had somewhere about 32-21. I had.
How many?
Because I really think we got the missing piece. The only reason Baker Mayfield was able to make them plays last year was because he was escaping sacks. They was letting them get outside the pocket. Now I think we got guys that can contain that pocket. Absolutely. And that's gonna cut all that scoring down. You see what I'm saying? So I think we really got the difference makers out here. And that's what I'm holding my hat on.
I hope so.
And plus I started the Falcons on my fantasy team, so I need them to do good. I need the defense to do good now.
So and then Ricky said was how many scuffles I'm sure being against a rival team is gonna be a little pushing and shoving. I'm sure. Yeah. But long as it don't take us away from the game and what we really need to be doing. And as far as how to find me, I'm all on all social media platforms: Instagram, TikTok, X, Facebook, YouTube, I'm on there too. You know, I got my own little channel. I don't know what I'm doing with it yet, but
everybody know where to find you at, boss lady. They know you. They don't know nobody else. They know you.
Or you can type in Atlanta Falcons Nation. You'll see my head over there. Like, there I go. There you go. So that's how you find me.
No,
Please
you're thrilled to just
subscribe to the channel, though. We are really, literally. Let me see how far away from 4,000. Last time I looked, we was maybe 40 away. Let me see. But yeah, I'll continue to share this out and get other people to subscribe to the channel. Because we should have been at 4K a long time ago, but I can say we did slip a little bit on this end as far as continuing the content. And I know we had a comfortable off season, but now it's time to step it up and really give it to everybody. So
yes, ma'am.
As far as where we're standing right now, we are looking at so 3,949 is where we at. So
51 away from 4,000.
Yeah.
So continue to smash the like and the share, the subscribe button, all that good stuff for all the AFN channels, because you will now see two. As I say, most of the guys have got solo channels as well. We're all on the socials, so you know how to find us. We ain't hard to find if you want to talk birds. Just search Atlanta Falcons Nation and you'll find us all around the building somewhere. Des, your closing thoughts, brother?
Well, I'm going to say that's a great shout. I've not actually seen Baker Mayfield's presser, so he said they're watching for where Leonard Floyd lines up, and I'll be honest. I said in one of our shows that I'm really excited to see what Leonard Floyd does this year.
Mm-hmm.
He's probably in our team. He's probably the number one pass rusher that we've got, and I mean, I think every season he's done at least. He's up there at 10.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
At least 8 per season for the last 4 years.
Well, the last man that done 8 was 2019, and that was Vic Beasley, and we sacked his ass and kicked him out the next year.
Yeah,
which was ridiculous. So, honestly,
Falcon's gonna Falcon, brother.
Absolutely. Yeah, so you can get me on X. So just look for Scottish Falcon. And I again appreciate all the messages I've got since we started the show.
Again, it's crazy to think we're 20 episodes deep already, with the season just coming. But as I said, we agreed with Maggie that the best thing to do was to get up and running, get wings on this thing before the season, so that when the season hit, we were already in motion. And as you see, right before the game now, we've got Big Will going official as well. So the family does nothing but grow. And if you want to be part of that growth, then you know how to reach us. But until then, family, pain is international, but so is passion. Much love, and thanks for joining us.